it feels dangerous. So I don't recommend this. Oh, wow. Okay. There's a Model X Plaid in front of us. With this Pedal Commander, I can probably beat it. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Taco Garage. And today we're actually not in the Taco Garage. We're just out here filming because this is probably a cooler spot than the shop. So anyways, we are reviewing the Pedal Commander for the 4th gen tacos. We have never been big fans of this product before. It was super popular with 3rd gens, and then we started hearing a lot of horror stories just from our customers and people online, and just people were saying you're losing power in the middle of like your freeway drive and you just go into limp mode and all kinds of things. So we stayed away from it. It's supposed to address the input lag. When you step on the pedal and it takes a while to pick up, it takes a while to actually react and get going. It's supposed to address that. So for that and a bunch of other reasons, we've never been completely sold on this product. So we just want to try it out and tell you what our experience is, see if it's worth it or not, and if there's any risks. Obviously, some of these things, some of the problems that came with the previous generation Pedal Commander for 3rd gens didn't come immediately, so we may not be able to figure that out, but we'll keep posting and we'll keep adding to this story if it ever becomes a problem on this truck. And that's if we decide to keep it. So I'm gonna put it to the test and I'm gonna show you a little bit of what the install is like. I think it's very easy. I don't think you need any tools, and I hope so, because otherwise I would have to go back to the shop. I don't have anything with me right now. And then I'm gonna do my best to describe what it's like, because this is more of a how it feels product rather than results that you can actually see and test. It's more of a how it feels. So first thing we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna go ahead and unbox this thing. I don't really think this is going to be much of an experience. It's one piece with a cable. Okay, well, there we go. This is going to go in between your stock harness and your pedal connector. So this is basically just a bridge, and then this is going to control the signal that comes through that cable. Now, before we get to installing the Pedal Commander on the truck, I wanted to tell you a little bit about how this thing works, how it's different from a tune, and there's some confusion there whether this thing is the same thing as a tune or if it's a whole different thing, or how it works, how it compares to a tune. So, short answer and a quick Google search will tell you this, but no, they are not the same thing. They are very different. The tune will actually go in the ECU and change some of the parameters on the ECU to make the engine behave differently. You can change things like fuel delivery, spark, actual changes to how the engine works. You can actually get some more horsepower and torque numbers with a tune, whereas with the Pedal Commander, you're not doing any of that. You're just manipulating the signal that comes from your accelerator and gets sent out to the ECU. So in other words, it allows you to customize how the engine responds to pedal input. If you usually press the pedal 50% of the way for 50% of the power on the engine, now you're gonna press the pedal 50% and the Pedal Commander is gonna go, oh no, let's make that 70 before it gets to the ECU. So with your 50% input, you're gonna get 70% out of the engine. The same goes the other way. If you are on eco mode, you press it 50% of the way and the engine's actually going to respond at just 40% or 30%, or maybe 50, but it's going to get there slowly rather than giving the 50 right away in order for you to save gas. But it's not as simple as what I said. It's not as simple as, oh, 50 is going to be 60 now and 60 is going to be 70. It's not just like that. I believe the acceleration curves also change, so it's not going to deliver the power the same way. It's going to climb up to it differently as well. So it's not just that. You can't get the same exact result by just pressing more. So that being said, let's go ahead and get to the install. Okay, so first thing we need to do is turn off the car, keep the door open, that's what it says, and then take the key away. 30 to 35 feet just for the ECU and everything to actually shut down completely. That's what you want before disconnecting the harness on top of the accelerator pedal. So we got the key, we're gonna have to get rid of it. So now we just have to give it like 15 minutes. We need everything to shut down. It also says that you can disconnect the battery if you choose to. That's also, you can accelerate the process by disconnecting the battery, and that way you know that everything's dead. You connect the Pedal Commander. I don't have tools to disconnect the battery, so we're just gonna have to do it this way and wait for everything to actually shut off, and then we'll get to the process. So we're about ready to install the Pedal Commander now. As you can see, the screen went completely black. For about 15 minutes, I just waited with the key all the way over there, and this screen was showing the icon with the door open. It is no longer showing everything, so I presume that everything has gone completely dead and I am ready to install it. So if you do it before the screen goes black, I never tried it, so I don't know firsthand that that's what happens, but it's supposed to throw the truck off and give you a check engine light or something like that. So for me, it took 15 minutes with the key away and the door open for it to just completely shut off. Also, side note, if you move the electric seats, once that's off, you move the electric seats or you press the brake pedal or you press the anything you press will wake up the system again. So you're not supposed to touch anything. Just go straight for the connector. Don't touch anything else. I don't know if you can really see anything, but right here, there's a connector. All right, that was it. Pedal Commander is installed. It's super simple to install. You just have to wait those 15 minutes for everything to go off. And then right above that, right above the visible portion of the accelerator pedal assembly here, there's a connector. Super easy to remove. It has one tab on the inside that you just press, disconnect, and then you connect the Pedal Commander in between. So that's it. I think we're ready to go. We just have to go get the key. Okay, so I'm gonna start it up for the first time with the Pedal Commander installed. I'm hoping there's not gonna be any lights or anything weird. Okay, cool. As you can see, there's a green light there. That means I am +4 on Sport Plus mode. So there's what, 8 levels or 9 levels per mode. First drive on the Pedal Commander, no lights on startup, so that's good. And then we are on Sport mode, or Sport Plus mode, and +4 at the bottom. So I think that is as aggressive as it gets. I don't know if it does anything in reverse. Whoa, I think it does something in reverse. Already, I've barely moved and I can already feel like it's doing more. Okay, I can immediately feel it. It's definitely doing something. Oh, wow. Okay. It is quite interesting. I think at high speeds is not as noticeable. I'm going 55, 56 right now, and I don't think I'm seeing as much of a difference at higher RPMs and higher speeds. I started with the Sport Plus with +4 because I wanted to feel more of the contrast versus regular driving. I will say it does feel like it's quicker to go, especially when you're at a stoplight or something. You barely press the pedal and you're already up in the rev range and you're going quick. It does feel a lot quicker. You'll be spending a lot more in gas for sure if you keep it on this mode. It is adjustable, like there's a wide range of adjustment that you can do to it, so that's nice. However, at speed, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this. You lose that fine control. If I'm going 50, 60 and I wanna just keep my speed, so I just barely wanna feather the accelerator just so that I can keep my speed, it won't let you. It'll just go drop a gear and it doesn't matter how lightly you press the pedal, it'll just shoot you forward. And I say shoot you forward when we know it's not a sports car, you know? The Tacomas, no matter what, they're not fast. Obviously, that's gonna be reduced with other modes. I am in the most aggressive mode, so naturally that's what it's gonna do, and that's fine. Like, you can configure it to your liking. It is very jumpy for sure. And of course, now that I wanna stop and change the settings, I'm getting all green lights. If I was late for something, I would be getting every single red light. I'm gonna do city for now. So city at just standard. So city right in the middle. So far it feels normal. It feels, I don't know that I could tell. City mode on 0 feels like nothing changed. And if it did, it's not major. I'm gonna go do +4. I am in city +4 now. Ooh, that's a nice DRD Pro there. This city mode, it kind of feels kind of the same. It responds a little quicker. It's like a mini sport mode. So now let's go over the application. I just finished setup and it requires location for you to use it, which is annoying. And it requires you to log in or create an account or log in with Google or, you know, any of those options. And that's kind of annoying. I wish that was not the case. I think if I was buying it not for a video, but for something for my personal truck, and I just wanted to use it, I would probably not bother with the application. Everything you can do on the app, you can do on the module, just by pressing buttons. Mainly changing modes. So this is what the app looks like. You just change modes, and then eco requires a confirmation for some reason. It's borderline dangerous. So you go to eco and then you go plus or minus on eco mode, which I'm actually very curious. Is eco plus faster or slower, or is it more eco and then this is less eco when you go -4 on eco mode? I don't know what's what. And then anti-theft, it just basically disables the accelerator. You can pay for that. That's not included with the Pedal Commander. You have to pay $1 monthly or $10 for the year. And then that's pretty much it. It's just to change modes. You can add favorites. I don't know that anybody cares too much about that. And the anti-theft mode if you decide to pay for that. Otherwise, everything else you can do on the little module. I did not try eco mode. I tried sport mode, but I didn't try eco mode. So we're gonna go eco -4. I don't know if that's gonna be slower or faster, but we're gonna try that out and see what eco mode is like. Because of how it works, it makes sense that this will get you better gas mileage, just because, you know, that's how it is. If you drive a little more conservatively, you're gonna save some gas. If you drive like a crazy person, you are gonna be spending more on gas and just being less fuel efficient. So that is normal. What this forces you to do, the eco mode, is just not, you can't really push the car hard. If you try, it's just gonna gradually get there, eventually get you the power. It just makes it more tamed. I am pushing the gas. Oh yeah, it is a significant difference. And that is with eco mode -4. So let's go all the way to the other side and see what eco +4 is, if that's slower or faster. Oh my God, eco plus, yeah, I can already tell. Eco plus is more eco. This is ridiculous. Eco plus has no power. It takes so long to do anything. Wow. It's borderline dangerous. It doesn't move. It doesn't move. It takes forever to build speed. If I press all the way, okay, yeah, if you go all the way down, it kicks in. Otherwise, it would be extra dangerous. But the way it is, if you're at a stop and you try to accelerate, you're not going anywhere. It is slow. It is pathetic. I don't think anybody should use it. It feels dangerous. It actually feels dangerous. I feel like I'm in limp mode. I feel like it's overheated and it's about to explode or something. It feels dangerous. So I don't recommend this. Terrible mode to drive in, but I see it saving a lot of gas for sure. It just sucks. I don't see anybody driving in this mode. Like if this was any car's default, it would be scary. There's a Model X Plaid in front of us. With this Pedal Commander, I can probably beat it. I think I am slowly changing my mind on this. I think it is kind of nice, actually. So here's my conclusion for the Pedal Commander. It does what it's supposed to do. It gives you a much wider range of modes to put the truck in, more than what you can do with just your dial on your truck. You can put it in sport, eco, or normal mode. Those are not incredibly different from each other. This thing just makes it a much wider range. In the ecoest of eco modes, it is ridiculously slow and painful to drive. In the sportiest of sport modes, you take away all refinement. As soon as you touch the pedal, it just wants to go, drops gears, and goes to 6,000 RPMs immediately. And then you can set it up to be anywhere in between. So that's nice. It gives you just a whole wide range of modes. And I'm sure there's one mode for everybody in there. Now, do you need it? Honestly, I never had any complaints on how the truck drove before, at least without loads. I don't know if you're loaded, if you're hauling something, if you have a super like overlanding setup where your truck is heavy and slow, maybe you benefit more from that extra pedal response. For an unloaded truck like this, even on 35s, which this is, I never had any complaints on how it drove. I never felt like I needed it to be quicker. If I needed more speed or get off the line quicker, I would just step on it a little more. And that's always an option. That's always an option. You want to be more eco-friendly, just be nice to your accelerator. You want a better response, you want to go off the line quicker, just step on it a little more. The Pedal Commander takes the thinking away. If you want to be more fuel efficient, you don't have to think about driving slowly, not going past the 3,000 RPMs and just letting it build. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to change the way you drive at all. Instead, you just tell the truck what you want and drive normally. Give it the same input you would always give it, and the truck will respond in a different way. It does what it's supposed to do. It takes the thinking away. You drive exactly the same way you drive, and you get one truck, or you get the other truck, or you get somewhere in the middle. It's easy to use, easy to install. However, in my head, there's still something in the back of my head that makes me a little bit nervous about having this on the truck 24/7. Because of the reports of failing pedal commanders in the past, where you just cut power in the freeway or put it in limp mode and caused all kinds of issues. It still makes me a little bit nervous, and I'm still a little hesitant to recommend this product. So far on this truck, it's been good. It does what it's supposed to do. It does reduce the input lag. It makes it more responsive. It makes it just like it wants to go. It's sport mode on steroids, if you want to put it that way. Honestly, from today's experience, I have nothing but positive things to say about it. It does everything it was supposed to do. I think it's a good product. As long as it keeps working the way it's working right now, I think it's a really good product, and I have no complaints. If I have full certainty that it's not gonna fail on me in the worst moment, it would be easy to recommend. But because of that reputation, I hesitate a little bit. So far, like I said, my experience today was great. It does what it's supposed to do, and I think it does make a difference in the way the truck drives. It makes it feel like a different truck. But get it at your own risk. It might be, I don't know. So that's been it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope that helps you make a decision on whether or not you want a pedal commander for yourself. So if you want to see more videos like this, product reviews, and more Toyota content in general, subscribe down below, leave a like, follow us on Instagram, and all that good stuff. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.